We are just doing pure dressage, doing a prelim and a novice. Ready to rock and roll. I feel very dressagey with my sparkly hat, his beautiful sparkly brow band from badminton. I made a mistake. Hey guys, welcome back to the vlogs. We're going dressaging today. This is like episode 8, I think, of Casper's little series, which is very exciting. We are just doing pure dressage, doing a prelim and a novice. The novice has medium trot, and I literally had to practice medium trot in about, come on buddy, I don't know, 6-7 months until last night. Casper was like, oh, canter. I was like, no, oh, no, we don't want canter. We want a medium trot. And he was like, oh, that's less fun. So we'll see how it goes. Come on, buddy. We gave him a little bath last night after riding. It's so hot. It's ridiculous. It's like 8 a.m. and yeah, it's boiling. I feel like I should have put my shorts on, not my leggings. But oh well. But anyway, second bath, and then plait him up, because it really irritates me when people are like, oh, it's only dressage, I'm not going to bother plaiting. And I'm like, when people like showing people have gone, oh, it's only eventing, I'm not going to plait, it really irritates me. So I'm not doing it to the dressage people, because some people that is their entire equine career. But yeah, we are hopefully going to look smart. Can't make any promises because this boy has been rugless for a few weeks, and got very, very green. So yeah, anyway, that is the plan. Bronwyn's coming to pick us up today. I've hopefully remembered everything out of my trailer. She doesn't look too bad. Yeah, hopefully I've got everything out of the trailer, and then yeah, that's it really. Sorry, I'm filming in really bad angles for the very bright sunshine. I'm very unimpressed, but pretty sparkly clean pony. I don't know whether to bother. See the stain here? He always has it all year round. Don't know whether to bother putting some white chalk on that or just leave it. Because you do look pretty smart, the rest of you. Yeah, hi. Yes, you're so handsome. I love it when he's got his dark nose and eyes. You look so handsome. Leave you for a minute, let you dry out a bit, and then start plaiting. Look at the handsome boy. All plaited up. Pretty white tail. Let's get in there. He's so sparkly. He's so unimpressed, bless him. Bronwyn's on her way, so I best get all of this away. Yes, hello. And get everything else out for you. He's going to travel in back boots, just cover his hocks in case he does poo, and then his long tail guard thing, and then if I have time I'll plait his tail when we get there. Here we've arrived. I plaited Casper's tail. Toasty's ready, and now we're just going to get on. Very, very simple. I need to get changed actually, saying that. But yeah, we've had our passports checked because of the flu bits and bobs that's going around at the moment. They are checking passports upon arrival. But yeah, feeling good. It's in a very dark arena. I think both my tests are, which isn't ideal, but it will be absolutely fine. Anyway, I'm gonna go and get changed. We've managed to park in the shade, which is ideal. It's nice and cold. Where are my clothes? Can you pass that pink bag? Thank you. Yeah, right, I'm going to get changed. I stood on thistle. There's no one here. I'm going to get changed. We are ready to rock and roll. I feel very dressagey with my sparkly hat, his beautiful sparkly brow band from badminton. Yeah, and my navy coat. Feel very posh, and no number bib as well. But anyway, I'm going to hop on. See if he'll let me hop on here. Good boy. And then see you down there. Are all warmed up. Bronwyn is just about to go. It is a horrible arena. But I'm going to film her test, and then there's one in between us, and then I go. So yeah, I don't know if they ring a bell or what, but it's a very dark arena, and it's quite nice because you just go around the edge of it, but it's quite hard looking for the letters. Because they're quite high up on the side of the wall. And this is my first ever just dressage competition. I figured that one out today. I've never actually done just dressage before. I've done combo training, but not just come out for a dressage test. Anyway, we'll see how Bowman goes. So, for the first time in a while, I actually have my test with me. So I believe I'm just doing a nice circle in the arena so I can get back to A. It was a very spooky arena. The letters were really high, so you couldn't really see where they were, and you were just going like exactly around the edge, which meant it was quite difficult, and you couldn't see where A was from the inside. It was just sort of where Bronwyn is standing. Anyway, for our centre line, we got a 7.5 with the comment active entry. Then we come round and we do a circle at E, out which we get an 8 for. I think he was in quite a lovely rhythm. He was nicely on the bit. I wasn't having to ask him to go on the bit. He was working over his back really nicely. And very, active in his trot, which I think he's been missing for quite a while. So it's good to see that he's getting back to there. Then we trot around to F and do this very bizarre change of rein, which we get a 7.5 for with no comment. Again, I think he did that quite nicely. He was fluent round the corners, and just very smooth in general, to be honest. Then we do another circle here at B, and again we get an 8 for that one. So I think he's very relaxed, very clearly working over his back, which is something we have worked very hard to achieve. So it's really nice to see it paying off and the marks reflecting that. I don't know if I said this is prelim 1, by the way. Then we trot around this end and do another weird change of rein for a 7.5. Again, he changed very nicely. He was very straight down the centre line. Here you turn left, then almost straight away transition to walk, which we got a 7 for. Again, no comment, which is a shame because I would like to know why we're getting 7s and not 8s essentially. But then we walk. I was holding him back in the walk a little bit here because I wanted to make sure that there was a clear difference between the medium walk and the free walk on a long rein, which we got a 7 for and is double marked with the comment keep the purpose. But you guys obviously know that he's been jogging in the walk lately, so I wasn't pushing him to the end of his capabilities in this. I just wanted to make sure we didn't jog, and he got a little bit close, which I think she liked that pace, but I didn't want to risk the trot. And again, we got another 7 for this medium walk. Then we transition into trot, which we got an 8 for with the comment obedient, which I would agree with. I think he transitioned very nicely. Then for the canter transition and canter all the way up to A, we get a 7. No comments. I think he slightly hopped into the canter, but you're going away from the judge, so they can't really see it from that angle. For this circle, we get another 7 with the comment a little more balance, which I'm not too sure what she means by that, to be honest. I think it could be a little bit more forward, so perhaps that is relevant. And then for our transition to trot, we got a 7. Then we changed the rein across the middle of the arena and got a 7 for that one as well. And for this canter transition, we got a 7.5, which I think, again, he hops into canter a little bit. However, for this circle, we get a 6.5 with a comment on the shoulders. which I agree he is definitely more on forehand, which is where I've been asking him to go a bit rounder to ensure he works over the back, but obviously that didn't work out for me for this circle. Then for our transition to trot, which you can't see, we get a 7, and this turn down the centre line, we got a 6.5 because I thought I wasn't on the centre line, so I wiggled over to get on it and then I went too far, which is a real shame, as that could have pulled our mark even better, but I was very pleased with the test overall. First test all done. Very, very pleased with him. I think he went very nicely. He did get a little bit hot in the canter and I thought, oh, I'm never going to be able to get back to trot. But no, he was a good boy. Very pleased with him. I think it was fairly accurate, to be honest. I think it was probably one of the better tests he's done. Very pleased with him. The last centre line was a bit skew. I was trying to get back on the centre line because the judge looked like she had her head down, and then I was like, no, I've gone too far. So yeah, a little bit skew from the last centre line, but apart from that, I thought it was a very nice test. Now to get on and learn my novice test, as I'm doing that in about 10 minutes. I've sort of learnt it already. I know I go down the centre line, turn right, and then go all the way around to A, and there's 3 loop serpentine, and that's about it. So yeah, quick learning. It's got a medium trot in it, and it's got a stretchy trot on a loose rein. So yeah, that'll be interesting. Never done either of them. That's a lie. He's done a medium trot before, but not a stretchy trot. But yeah, he's very good at that anyway. We do it at home all the time. So I guess best to get learning that one. So here we are with novice 1 in the same arena. So same complications, not being able to see where A is for the centre line. But again, we got an 8 with the common accurate entry. He was really lovely and straight down there, so I was very pleased with that. Then we trot all the way around the edge of the arena back up to A. We only got a 6.5 for this, with the comment showing tongue at times, which I can't particularly see from the video, which is a shame. And he has been known to do this occasionally, which really does affect his scores, and it also comes into play in this 3 loop serpentine. We get a 6.5 for, again with the comment fluent but active mouth, which I'm not too sure where it comes from, because I think my hands are fairly steady apart from changing the bend, but it might be to do with my hands. I'm not too sure, to be honest. Then for the transition to working canter and the circle, we get a 7 with the comment obedient little on the forehand, which is the same rein as the previous test where he got the comment on the forehand. And then from here we canter all the way around the edge of the arena for a 7. I think he's going quite nicely. I think he's also on the forehand a bit here. Then we have a half circle right 15 metres returning to the track at K, which you get a 6.5 for, with a comment more balance, which I think is to do with the half circle. The transition to trot, we got a 6.5 with the comment tending to forehand. I believe that just sort of means he fell down into it and was on the forehand, which I would agree with. And then for this 3 loop serpentine, we get a 7, so that was much improved. No tongue sticking out, thank goodness. Then for this canter transition and the circle, we got a 6.5 with the comment little downhill. I think he started to run away with me a little bit, and I was trying to get his head down, which I don't think he looks that downhill, to be honest. Maybe I could lift him up slightly, but I don't think it's much different to his last test. But there we go. Then we get a 6 for around the edge of the arena with the comment nearly broke, which I don't think he did, but there you go. And then for this half 15 metre circle, we get a 7. He's much more balanced on... Oh, actually, that was on the left rein, wasn't it? So that is the one that I've been told he is better on. There, I made a stupid mistake and walked at the wrong end of the arena, so we got a 5. We got a 6.5 with for our medium trot with more uphill off shoulders, which, considering he hadn't done a medium trot in a very long time, I was very pleased with. Then we got a 7 for our transition to medium walk, which was slightly rushed because I was a bit annoyed at myself after making a mistake up the other end of the arena. We got a 7.5 for our free walk on a long rein with little more swing as the comment, but again I'm just holding back slightly to stop him from jogging. Here we walk all the way to A and then transition to trot, where we got a 7 with the comment obedient. He was pretty accurate on his transition. He listened to me to go up to trot, which was lovely. Then we do a stretchy trot in a half circle, which we got a 7 for. I would have liked to comment there because it's something I've never done before, but it was nice to get a 7. Then down the centre line, managed to do this one much straighter, and we got a 7 for our centre line and halt and salute. But for our second attempt at a novice test, I was very, very pleased. We're home. This little boy was a superstar. I don't think I've done a debrief on test 2. You got flies? I'll get your fly mask, darling. It was really good. Really pleased with it. However, I made a mistake. I walked when I should have carried on trotting it and then gone into my medium trot, which then I think meant the medium trot wasn't as good as it could have been as well, which is a real shame. Real shame. However, like, really pleased with him. He didn't really do anything wrong. There was some comments, I think I would have already said this anyway, and you would have maybe seen, I don't know, but it was the judge's side, not your side. Sorry, I got my brain stuck in my robe, there we go. Comments that his tongue was out on the serpentine, which was odd, especially because I wasn't even like holding him on the contact. He was actually just completely in the contact on his own. Yeah, so that lost us a couple of marks. We lost a couple of marks where I went wrong. We lost 2 marks there, I would guess, and we got 5 basically, and he was sort of doing 5s fairly consistently. What is wrong with you? You happy? But all in all, very good. And we got a 67.8 in that one, which for us eventers would be a 32.2. So not bad for novice test. It's sort of halfway between, it's probably halfway between a 100 test and then a novice eventing test, I would say. It's got some similar movements, but it doesn't have things like leg yielding in. Oh, hang on, Bronwyn's calling me. That's the plan. I will see you guys on Wednesday for cross country schooling. And don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. We've had quite a lot of subscribers lately, so please do keep subscribing. It really helps me out. We're so close to 1,000 subscribers, and then this will start hopefully making some money, and I can do some more exciting things and spoil my ponies rotten more. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.